Counselor, great. Do you specialise in anything?
Yeah, I specialize in helping people to become psychologically resilient.
Oh, wow. And what does that make possible
For them to feel happy and for them to live in the presence of compassionate being.
Wow. Raise your hand if you can feel that.
Yes.
Yeah. Give a round of applause. So, when of you want to share what you got from that experience? I'd love to hear, like, any insights you've got. How did it feel for you to stand and say that out loud? How did it, like, leave you feeling physically? Empowering. Yeah? Anybody else have that experience? Clear and precise, yeah. No fluff. There's no trying to convince anyone. There's no trying to prove to anyone that you are this or that. It was just being. Yeah?
Although I already trainer, speaker, and a coach, but by saying that again in front of people, it's like give me like more clarity and more power.
Yes, you start being it, right? Brilliant, amazing. You were going to say something.
I feel I live in that message.
You feel like you live that message?
Yes.
Wow. My hair's been standing on end. Right? You tell me that. Wow. Amazing, amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause. So the work that you've done today is a tiny little bit of what I do with my clients. It's good, right? You feel it?
Yes.
I'm getting this feeling like I'm in a room full of giants. I'm in a room of really powerful, big people. Do you guys get that feeling? Well, you are that big person. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling really honoured to be here to empower you all. Because if I empower you, you're going to go out in the world and you're just going to make the world an even better place than it is already. And that's just thank you to all of you to give me this opportunity to give that away to you at least. Yeah, I really can't thank you enough. You know, I'm going to sleep very well tonight. Yes. Amazing, amazing. So, yes, we're all empowered and we feel this, but the truth is most people will fail. And I'm just going to be like totally honest with you, because I don't want you to leave and go, oh yeah, I'm this and that, and skip down the street. Because the truth is, when you go out there and you start telling other people still relate to you how you've always been relating to yourself in the past. Yeah? And the minute you go telling your partner, your boss, the other people, they're going to go, huh? What's that? And instantly what usually happens is we get triggered. Yeah? And these are the other reasons why most people fail. Right? Number one, they don't get clear on what their dream lifestyle looks like, and so their actions are not consistent. So that is a way of being that you've created, creates a future. Does that make sense? Because if you keep being that out there in the world, you're going to start getting results that are aligned with that way of being. Does that make sense? But that future that it creates is still a choice. You still need to choose it. You still need to dream it and then actually choose it. It's not going to happen unless you do that. Yeah? So you really need to do that. You've got to properly know how to dream the dream and know how to properly plan it out. Otherwise it's not going to happen. Is that good? Yeah? Secondly, they think an insight is transformation. It's not. It's change, and change does not last. Let me give you an example. You have water. You put it in a freezer. What happens to that water? Ice. Turns to ice. You take it back out of the fridge. What's happened to that water an hour later? Water. It's back to water again. Is that transformation or change? Change. That's right. So an insight is like this, oh yeah, I've been empowered. But the minute you go out there in that real world, if you can't show up as that in the face of anything and everywhere and everyone, you're going to get broken down. You're going to get triggered and reactive and go back to your I'm not this, I'm that, right? And then it's like, oh, I'm just back to that again. So, an insight is not transformation. Transformation is like a butterfly a butterfly lays its eggs. Its eggs then hatch into a caterpillar. That's right. Caterpillar eats and eats and eats and eats, and then it turns itself into a pupa. Can it go back from a pupa back into a caterpillar? No, it can't. And then from the pupa, the caterpillar emerges as a butterfly. That's right, that's why my logo is called butterfly. It's the only animal in the world that lives in 3 completely different states in one lifetime. That's transformation. And so you need to do the deeper work to unlearn the causes of you not showing up powerfully like you experience now. Yes, it's great, you've glimpsed it. You've got to experience your power and who you really are and what you're capable of. The next level is now doing the transformation work to unlearn the causes that's going to have you trip over and not be that when the moment arises. Does that make sense? Or give up on a Monday morning or whatever else it is, right? Number 3. Most people will fail because if they plan, most people don't even plan, but if they plan to solve problems, not create their dream future. Does that make sense? So most people will have like a to-do list. They look at the to-do list and they go, right, which one of these should I do today? And then they do that thing on the list and it's great, I've ticked that off. And then what do they do the next day?
Solve another problem.
They have another problem. They have another list. And they go and ticking them off, ticking them off, ticking them off. What does that have anything to do with the destination? Nothing. You've got to constantly check what's the very most effective action for me to take today and is it aligned with the future that I'm choosing? There's no room for fluff, no room for messing around. Unless you choose that dream future with 100% commitment and only take actions that align with it, you'll likely not succeed. So you need to unlearn and you need to get very clear about the future and then keep checking in, from like the living the dream mindset. Is this action both deepening the quality of this present moment and ever creating a better future? Check in every day, check in every day, check in every day. Keep the dream alive, keep that feeling of living that dream, and then keep asking, is this action aligned with it? Yes or no? And if it is, you do it. If it's not, you don't do it. Does that make sense? Okay, great. You all seem a bit, I don't know. But you've woken up now, maybe the carbohydrates have worn off now. So have you learned something new? Raise your hands if today you've learned something new. Amazing. Raise your hand if today you learned more than you expected to learn. Yeah? Be honest with me. Keep your hand up. Wow. That's really great. I'm really, really happy to hear that. And it's such an honor for me to be able to give this to you. Okay, so I want to ask you, are any of you interested to possibly look at a course that I've designed and have me make you an offer? Would that be okay? Like, are you interested to know about it? Raise your hand if you're interested and that's okay, yeah? Because you came here for a workshop, I don't now want to be selling something to you without asking your permission to make you an offer. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay, great. So, it's called the 90-day Reflection Transformation Program. Basically, it's made up of exactly what I've taken you through today. These 5 steps that I've taken you through, that all my clients, or should I say not all my clients, I'd be lying, the clients that have succeeded to the level that they succeeded because they just carried out the program as it was designed. Every single one of them that took the actions as it's designed got incredible results. Really. And these are the 5 steps. So first, we're going to awaken awareness. What we're going to do is we're going to get clear as to the future that you're currently headed for. So much so that it begins to shock you. Once you have that shock, then you have a real reason to actually go and do something different than you. Does that make sense? Yeah? And then transformation, unlearning. We're then going to do the deep transformation work and unlearn your disempowering thoughts, ways of thinking and being that no longer serve you. Then we're going to dream the dream. I'm going to take you through an actual guided, awakened meditation in a team call where you're going to get to dream your dream future. And it's so amazing what happens at the end of that. The inspiration that starts to rise through is amazing. Then we're going to choose the dream. This means I'm going to take you through step by step what to do with that dream future, how to then fill it out into the future focused plan, how to then break it down into tiny little actions, and then how to make sure that you take those actions each week. then finally live the dream. Keeping checking in on the powerful action tracker, and then looking at which actions have I taken, which have I not taken. Then with the actions that you haven't taken, we will then do transformational work to break through, to have you get back empowered and back in action. So, this isn't going to be easy. If you choose to go ahead with this, I warn you, your life will not be the same after this. Pepe, would you agree with that? Yes. You heard Pepe say earlier how fast everything begins to happen, right? So, this is serious. We're not playing games here. Like, if we're going to do this, we're going to really do it. Do I make myself clear? Okay. So, it's taken me 15 years of intense research, development, and real coaching practice. This isn't something off the shelf. This isn't something that I've just like got off another coach and now giving to you. This is from my own life experience and refined from practicing, enabling and empowering entrepreneurs, business owners and professionals to succeed at a completely new level. And I've refined it and got it to what it is now. And it is just amazing. I'm so proud of it. And it's a 90-day program. So it's the whole thing lasts 90 days, okay? And it's made up predominantly of 12 transformational coaching calls. These are 12 video calls that you all dial in from. And they are literally just like sitting with each other across the table. It means you don't need to travel anywhere. You just need a Wi-Fi connection and you can join in. And in these calls is when I take you through the course criteria. Does that make sense? And here I've got a call here with Priya, and she's waving a $50 bill to show the first sale that she made for one of her dresses. Do you remember that? Yeah. And here we've got Sally's here as well, and Rayhana is not with us here today. But this is what it looks like. You all dial in, and we create a very close family. Like these WhatsApp groups between these ladies, they live on forever, and they keep looking at the messages and they're organising things, and they end up creating a business opportunity. It's amazing. You end up very close in a whole new family. So you're not alone on this. So you end up with a support structure that's there for you 24/7 to ensure that you really do get that breakthrough that you're committed to get. And it's suitable for entrepreneurs, business owners. Who wants to become a speaker here? Yeah, amazing. This course is perfect for you because you unlearn the causes of not being powerful when you get on stage. Yeah? Who of you wants to become a coach? Yeah? Perfect. The process that are in this was taken on by Rayhana, that we know here now, and she just says, I'm an intervention coach. Doesn't she say that really powerfully, clearly? And now she's got her own systems, her own structures. She's starting to coach people. She started to coach other people in my group to practice coaching, and now she really knows herself as an intervention coach. Yeah? How many of you are in a job and you want to leave your job to go get a better job? Yeah, great. How many of you are not in a job and want a better job? Raise your hands. Okay, fantastic. But if you're either on any of those, this is perfect for you. Because this is where, like Priya, you don't start begging for work. You start going to job interviews and you tell them what you're looking for. You get taken seriously instantly, and you start being able to negotiate on your price, better positions, and really, it's very exciting what begins to happen. So what becomes possible? Wow, how can I answer this one? So you can go from being in a position that you don't enjoy, researching the kind of job that you would love to do, then being able to contact that company, find the people that you need to speak to arrange an interview, get an interview, turn up at the interview, nail the interview, get the job at a much more higher salary than you're on currently. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to start off a business, you've never had a business before, first is creating who you are as a way of being. What do you do, what do you enable, what do you specialise? Once you have that, then we'll create the structures around it. Who do you need to go and speak to? Who can you go and get advice from? What actions do you need to take to get that business off the ground? Yeah? Makes that sense? If you're an entrepreneur and you've got a business that's running at the moment, but you're not getting the money that you know you're worth, or you're not getting it off the ground, then this is the way to get it off the ground. Because what's causing you to not get it off the ground is, again, disempowering ways of viewing yourself. Because in conversation, when you own your power, you can tell someone what you do. And they, if you've done it powerfully, they just want to know more. They just want to work with you. even if it doesn't make sense. Can you see where I'm going with this? So once you do this transformational work, you can then communicate in such a way that you'll be able to create opportunities much easier. And more than anything, sell. Start closing sales. Yeah? In just 3 months, I closed $250,000 in sales for an investment company. That was with Sean Sear. So I can train you in sales as part of this. If you want to become a speaker, then I can give you extra things that's going to elevate your abilities as a speaker. Hok Chong, the guys in MSN that have been in my course, has it elevated their speaking and presentation abilities?
Yes, all of them have really improved as speaker. A lot more confidence, definitely.
That's why Hok Chong says, can we do another event? Can you get them doing your course? Because it makes his job easier.
Yes.
Yeah? Really? So maybe you're now thinking, I know how to do this already. Are any of you thinking this? Raise your hands. Yeah? Any of you feeling like that? Well, if that's the case, here is Liz's experience. Now, Liz was a hypnotherapist earning like $30, $40 an hour. That was it. And she was trying to earn more and trying to get more clients, and it wasn't working. In the end, listen to her and listen to what she says that she does, right? And just listen to this. It's unbelievable.
I am beautiful coach. Thanks to Dan Warburton. Thank you so much, Dan. Because today I can say that I am fully functioning beautiful coach, and I have clients that I'm helping to create miracles in their own lives, and working with my hand really makes my heart sing, and it makes me feel thoroughly joyful every day of my life.
So, she's a what? A miracle coach. Isn't that mad? Like, who would take that seriously, a miracle coach? They take it seriously because you start being it. Say, hi guys, I'm a miracle coach. Can you see how I'm being it? Can you see how people go, really? What's that? Man, you've got them. They want to know more. Can you see that? And that's what's become possible for her with this. Maybe you're thinking, I'll work it out on my own. Any of you thinking that here? I'll work it out on my own. No, it's okay. I can work it out on my own. Yes, I hear that so often. And then I meet them at another event, another day event, and they're still there, same position. So here, Amanda, single mum, daughter of 8, was burnt out, exhausted, and she was sure she was going to succeed on her own. A year later, she met me. She said, Dan, I need to have a conversation. She then went on one 3-month coaching course with me, and same as this one, the 90-day program, this was her result.
I just finalized 3 months this week. Dan Warburton, and when I was getting anxiety and feeling really concerned about where I wanted to go. And it's all about time management, and that's where you really become. Again, you always be there when you get tied up or stuck, and you do get stuck, and this is the reason why Dan is absolutely amazing. Anyway, now I've actually released my EP. I've managed to sign the label. I'm running my cleaning company. I no longer have 2 girls, which is what people I had when I started with Dan. Now I have 6 girls. I feel like I know about cleaning. My health is really, really good. I'm feeling so joyful and powerful, and feeling like nothing's going to stop me, and that's all thanks to Dan.
Are you guys getting like the inspiration in her? So in 3 months, she completed a music track that she was writing. She got it released. She got it signed by a label. She had a cleaning company where she was doing the cleaning, and she had 2 other girls doing other jobs in cleaning as well. In the end, she grew it to 6 or 7 girls, and was no longer doing any of the cleaning, earning the money from owning a cleaning company, whilst also releasing her music. You guys get that? And I get this like quite often in my courses. So you might be thinking, I've done so many courses, how is this different? How many of you are thinking that? I've done so many courses already, how is this different? Yeah, bless you. Yeah, absolutely. Well, all I can say is if you listen to Phil, he was a postman. before he went on my course, and he went and did Tony Robbins Unleashed Power in. He went and did a lot of successful courses. He did little bits of landmark. He tried all sorts of things. But listen to his experience.
Dan Warburton, I would definitely refer him. I've just finished a 30-day transformational program with him. It's absolutely fantastic. I cannot honestly describe any more than words I could say. I've changed so much, I can't even recognise myself. I've tried other things before in the past, hasn't worked for me. Because I have a lot of self-doubt, there's a lot of breakthroughs I've gone through, job-wise, personal matters, financial matters, totally changed. Woo! 2018, here I come.
I'm so proud of him. And that was when I was trying something out. I thought, right, can I have people have breakthroughs in just 30 days? And yeah, I could, and I've totally proved it. But I want people to have really big breakthroughs. So the minimum I'll work with people now is 90 days. I won't do it in just 30. And so he then said here, yes, Dan, since I had your 30-day transformation program, my life has massively changed. I no longer recognise myself from doing your 30-day program. And so, what is its value? Well, you know, I can now go and put a figure on the board, and I'm not going to tell you how much I charge my one-on-one conference. I'm going to ask you, because quite honestly, I don't know how to put a price on this. I'm saying, how do you put a price on it? What, like, honestly, guys, what value, how much would you say it's worth to have a breakthrough in your life, to then be masterful at taking the actions that you need, and then be able to actually create your dream lifestyle and live it for real? The house, the car, the money, the impact in the world, the waking every day feeling fulfilled and full of purpose. How do you put a price on that? Is it, I don't know, what kind of price would you put on that? You tell me. Come on, call out a figure. What do you think it's worth? What do you think that's worth?
I honestly don't know.
It's difficult, right? Can you see my predicament? Come on, just call out a figure. And just being conservative, not crazy. To get all of that, all those breakthroughs, have all of that in your lifestyle, and have all that success, what do you think it's worth?
1 million.
You reckon it's worth $1 million?
Yeah.
Could be, right? Is it worth $1 million? To have all that, to experience all of that, to have a breakthrough like that in your life, and to live that extraordinary, fulfilling lifestyle, is it worth $1 million?
Yes.
Do you guys agree? Okay, wow, wondered. Okay, so $1 million's a bit crazy, right? Let's just get conservative. Just not $1 million. If it's worth $1 million, is it worth half that?
Yes.
500,000. Is it worth 100,000? Well, yeah. If it's worth $1 million, it's worth 100,000, right?
You're right.
Who agrees it's worth 100,000 to have all of that? If you really got all that, then it's worth it. Raise your hand if you think it's worth it. Yeah? Yeah, great, absolutely. So, if I was just to be conservative, just to give it, I don't know, I'm just going to put here 50,000. It's got to be worth that. Yeah? To get all those breakthroughs, to get to live that lifestyle, to be empowered for the rest of your life. Payback. You've completed the program.
Yes.
Are you still living the program, so the program's alive in you?
Would I still repeat the program?
Would you say you're still living the results of the program?
Yes,
like,
yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
And you're on track to really create, yeah. You see? What other course do you hear where you get that from? Where you do the course and it stays with you forever. You thunder on, you fly. Yeah? It's going to be easily worth that. You know, you look at, how much does it cost to do all the courses with success resources and all that?
Or is it 70, 80,000?
They're even 70, 80,000, right?
Yeah.
You don't get this anywhere else. And we're not talking about being in a big room. This is very intimate, like very, very small groups, very small groups. So, what you will also get, because it's not just the dialing in each week, okay? What you'll also get is this, the dream meditation exercise. So this is like a guided meditation that I take you through and you get to write it out. So you actually get to do this like in your own time and write it out. And it's really powerful when you follow the steps in this and write it out. You become very clear as to the future that you choose. And you also get this, my 6th step from survival to transformation breakthrough system. So in this, you'll do the work where you work out what's holding you back. What is it you keep doing that's holding you back? Then, what's the likely future that you're headed for? Do you remember? The importance of learning that, otherwise you're not going to do anything different. And then, that familiar feeling. Working out where is it that you remember that feeling from? And then working out what's your default survival state. What is it you go into? I'm not, or I'm not this, I'm not that. Yeah? And then once you work that out, then you break through it, and then taking you through and creating who you are is a powerful commitment. So you'll deepen even more the work that we've done today. So what you'll also get is this, the Future Focus Action Planner and Setup Guides. So with this, you get this step-by-step video sequence, how to follow it, how to fill this out, how to complete it all and enter it all. Yeah? So by the end of it, you're clear every day you wake up with exactly which actions to take, and you get an action and you do it. Does that sound good? Yeah? Okay, so here is their experience of using this, and they call it the Powerful Action Tracker, but I've changed its name to Future Focus Planner. It's the same thing.
I've been using Dan's Powerful Action Tracker, and I absolutely love it because it keeps me focused, it keeps me organised, it keeps me on track with the steps that I have to take each and every week. At the end of the week, I feel efficient and satisfied because I feel closer to my goals.
Dan Warburton's action tracker is very easy to me to go straight and do the things that are going to help you. Right? So it allows you to choose only the most powerful actions. I highly recommend it.
I am using Dan's Powerful Action Tracker, and what I think is so amazing about it covers all the areas in your life. Each time when I feel myself down, I check my action tracker and I'm back to feeling uplifted and inspired. So that's why I love it.
So you guys get a sense of how effective it is, right? What you'll also get is this, 12 empowering distinctions. These are distinctions that I've created that once you apply them, enables you to elevate your ability in lifestyle creation to another level. Let me explain what a distinction is. Balance. Yeah? Balance. To be balanced. Let's say balance on a bicycle. If you read about balance, study balance, and watch somebody riding a bicycle, can you get on a bicycle and then just ride it?
No.
No. That's the difference between studying it and actually practicing being it. When you be the distinction, then you've got the distinction. You've distinguished that way of being as separate to all the other ways of being so clearly that you can say, aha, now I've got it, that's balance. Yeah? And so there's 12 of these in here to practice, like being a powerful commitment. What does it look like for you to be that thing that we created today? And once you know how that feels, you can click into it whenever you need it. Yeah? 100% commitment. Not just half doing something, not thinking about it, but absolutely actually doing something with 100% commitment. Yeah? And there's 12 of those in there. And so, for instance, here Gemma said, I was surviving life until I started being coached by Dan, and now I'm a creator of my life, my whole life has changed. I am working towards and remaining committed to creating a new business. I have literally gone from surviving to creating. Do you see how now she's distinguished the difference? She's actually able to create a life instead of just surviving. Does that make sense? And then this one here. Before I was overworked, stressed, and not being paid what I was worth. So he was an employee in the company. With coaching from Dan, I stopped playing the role of victim and took on a new positive and assertive view. I used this to speak to one of my bosses who then created new opportunities for me. I am now earning a lot more money too, and my work stress is 90% gone. You guys getting how powerful that is? Yeah? So, why Dan Warburton? Like, why me? Why wouldn't you just go and work with another coach or do another program, right? It's an absolutely valid inquiry to have if any of you are thinking that. Well, all I can say is that I've now coached all these brands and I've got such a high reputation of myself. You speak to any of the guys at MSN, you research me on Google, everyone you speak to really has just amazing things to say about my skills and ability as a coach. And I can stand here and proudly say that. And I think that the reason is because I make sure that people actually get the breakthroughs. I don't just give something and let them get on with it. If somebody doesn't understand something, I say to them, contact me, write to me, let's have an extra call, let's do whatever it takes for you to get that. Because I want to make sure everybody succeeds. And because of that, I've now got all these companies that you know, have let me use their brand in you know, wherever I go. And I've got pages and pages of testimonies from people stating their lives are transformed completely. Like, this didn't happen overnight, this ability of mine. I've built this up over years. And other coaches that do what I do, they charge this and upwards, usually. They really do. And I've been recognised by industry top people for like my results. So really, that's why I make over others, okay? Maybe you're thinking it probably won't work for me. And if you're thinking that, oh, it won't work for me, or I can't do it. Well, if that's the case, maybe you're thinking, I'm too busy, I haven't got time. Any of you too busy to take on a course or a program here? Yeah? I'm sure many of you are in that. Well, here is Joe's experience, and hear how busy and stressed out he was and what's become possible for him.
I've just gone through Dan Warburton's 30-day entrepreneurial lifestyle transformation challenge. I was struggling with overwhelm, feeling stressed, feeling overworked, and I was just working between 12 to 14 hour days. Through working with that, I'm much more clear and certain on what exactly I need to do on a daily basis. Now I'm literally feeling fulfilled and incredible on a daily basis, and all I can say is, wow, it's truly been an incredible experience.
So you can see how he was stressed out, and the main thing that made all the difference for him was the powerful action tracker, the future focus plan, being able to get super clear to the future he chooses, and then having very clear action, just making sure he did those. And he ended up with more time in his hands than he could imagine. And as Avinash says here, having completed a 3-month coaching course with Dan, the coaching has jump-started my trading career. So if you're an investor, you want to grow your money, then this is what he got from it. This has given me a new direction and a new journey to enjoy life. As a result, I have had success in elevating every single area of my life. It's been extremely valuable. So what you're going to get, the Dream the Dream meditation guides, the survival and transformation system, the future focus plan and setup guides, the 12 empowering distinctions. That's the total value of all of those. Okay? And it's all packaged inside this, and I've designed it and it's ready to go, and it gets sent to you in an email sequence. So you get 30 emails. It takes 30 days. You just need to do about 20 to 25 minutes a day of watching this for 30 days. Whilst that 30 days is happening, you have a weekly call where you all dial in and join us. Yeah? And so that ensures that you understand the CDs, you understand what it is you're implementing. And I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to give you all of this and all of that, because you're busy people. You want to live life, you want to get out there, you want to dance, sing, enjoy, right? So what I've done is I've condensed this into the minimum that you need to follow and do to ensure maximum breakthroughs and results in your life. That sound good? Great. So my offer to you today. So, I mean, obviously I'm not going to charge that for it, right? And you know, if I was to charge half of that, as many coaches do for their courses, it would be totally reasonable. But I don't want to do that because I want it to be affordable. Now, Hop Chung's asked me to come here today because he loves you guys at MSN, especially getting these great results and in speaking and as an entrepreneur. So he said, Dan, can you do us like a good price? And I said, well, I can't do it at the prices that I used to charge because I'm getting busy. You know, and the truth is that there's only going to be, for this today, 4 spaces. So there's only 4 people I can take on. The reason is because I'm travelling more and I'm getting busy, and I want to make sure that I can give absolute attention needed to each and every one of you that join us. So there's only 4 positions. And as a special offer, I'm not even going to do it at $5,000. I'm gonna do it for. Oh, it's so difficult. I'm getting so busy. 4 people. All right. I'm going to do this for you at 2.
Wow.
2,000.
Wow.
Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, I really am doing it for that much. Okay. I'm just a bit shocked at all the work involved to get the next bunch of you to that next level. But I love doing it at the same time. So that's why I'm willing to do that. So,
The bonus.
do any of you want to know what the bonuses are? Would you like some bonuses? Who would like some bonuses with that?
Yes.
Who likes bonuses? Okay. So, if you're interested in this, and you register today, and you can't just register. Like, this isn't like, oh, I want to register. It's not that simple. There's an interview process, right? I need to know that you're totally going to do this, and that you're going to take yourself and your life seriously. Because unless I get that, I'm not going to work with you. Is that fair? Because if you don't get results, and you go out in the world, and you don't get results, and I'm taking your money, how's that going to make me look? Does that make sense? So there's an interview process. And if you get chosen, I'm going to include this with it today. So the first thing is a live Dream the Dream session. So not only the CD, but I'm actually going to take you through it in the call. We're going to go through that deep journey together on a call. So I'm going to include that. So that's what it looks like when you're dialing in. So the other thing I'm going to include, what else is there? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. It's just, yeah, okay. So, I'm going to share with you and take you through my 7-point transformation mandala 2-hour session. This is the session that you've probably heard my other clients here and other people saying was the session that totally blew them away. So, I'm going to take you through, in a very small team, of only like pretty much this number, through that journey and enable you to properly break through old ways of being and break through to new ways of thinking and taking action. So that after that call, you are totally left empowered, but not changed, transformed. After you've been through this, you won't go back to how you were being before. That clear? Okay. The other thing I'm going to include is this. VIP entrance, and to speak at all my speaking events. And I'm getting busier, I'm getting invited to different places. Why do I do this? Why do you guys think I do this? Can you tell me? Why do you think I do this? What is it you think I gain from it? Look at it from me, right? I'm selling you something. What is it I gain from this? Testimonials, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. But for you to get a testimonial, for you to be able to speak highly of me, what do I need to make sure? Results. Can you see how this isn't just you enroll in a course? This is a partnership. We're going to go into partnership together. I absolutely must make sure that you succeed in an extraordinary way. Why? Because unless I do that, you're not going to be out there speaking well about me. How can I then invite you on stage to then speak about what you're getting and what you're doing? Yeah? In the process, you'll then also get to create who you are, what you do, and say it on stage to audiences. That then creates opportunities. Does that make sense? And I've had people like Payplays here today, she had the opportunity of speaking today, and there's going to be more opportunities, they're getting busier and busier and busier. Yeah? So you get to attend, and that VIP entrance, I don't care what the ticket price is, if I'm speaking for an organiser, I'll say, okay, so I'll speak for you for this amount of money, and for however many guests I need or what, which is a handful. They'll be my clients, so then they can actually get on stage and speak with me. Does that make sense? Right. And then finally, unlimited one-on-one calls. I think I'm crazy to offer this, but I don't know why. It just always works out. You know, when you're out there practicing these things, it's not going to go right straight away. You're going to get challenges. You might say, right, I'm going to go for that job interview. You've got it, you're empowered. You go there, and on the way for the job interview, oh my God, I can't do that. You can text or call me, and more than likely, because of the lifestyle I lead, I can jump on a phone call straight away with you there and then to give you extra empowerment, to go through revising a breakthrough or something that you have, so that then you can then walk into that interview totally on fire. Does that sound good? So any time for the 90 days that you need me, I will be right by your side. And the value of that, I can't put a price on it. I don't know. Unlimited calls by an international coach, can't put a price on it. So maybe you're thinking it's too expensive, or I haven't got the money. And if you're thinking that, yeah, and that's totally reasonable, right? Absolutely. Well, if you hear Ben here, Ben was struggling with his business. He couldn't seem to get it off the ground. And we then working together, and he unlearned ways of thinking that weren't serving him. With him, I worked with him, and he streamlined processes in his business. And in the end, after one coaching conversation, one day, this is what he said.
If you have an opportunity to have a session with Dan, I highly recommend it, because you'll probably save yourself years of pain and suffering.
So he said that because of this, because after these sessions with me, he got so clear about his business, he went and enrolled team members, he got it going, and now he's got a successful event filming company in London because of it. And as he says here, I was really concerned about my business and cash flow. And I had a coaching call with Dan, and we had covered some really deep unconscious ideas that I had around being responsible, and saw how this was very much holding me back. After I felt a sense of freedom. It enabled me to generate £10,000 of 20,000 Sing in sales, and I had the best month in business to date. Is it just the kind of results that my clients get? It's nothing special for me. And here he is now on the beach with his friends, enjoying the day out, the success, and he gets to go surfing, what he really loves. Yeah? So I want to ask you guys, if not now, then when? You know? Like, I can't do better than this. I can't offer you more than I've offered you. I'm giving you all of that. And this is your opportunity. And I don't know that I can do this again, because I'm just getting busier and busier and busier. Hop Chong's already spoken to me. He said, Dan, can we do an event again? I said, I don't know. I need to see in the next 4 weeks what's happening. I'm flying to the UK. I'm speaking to audiences out there. I'm just getting busy. So if you don't do this now for you and your life, what else are you going to do? Who can you go to that's so skilled and coach so many people to succeed? Yeah? Now really is an opportunity of a lifetime. And if you're worried about taking this opportunity, then maybe that's the worry that's holding you back from taking the actions that you need to in the rest of your life. Maybe you taking this one action today is that first step that's going to have you properly break through into a whole new level. Does that make it clear? Raise your hand if that's clear. Right? Yeah, okay, great. So, what you're going to get, that's the Dream Meditation and Guides, the Survival Transformation System, the Future Focus Plan Setup Guide, Top Power Distinctions, and that's all packaged in that, the 30-day Entrepreneurial Lifestyle Transformation Challenge. What you're also going to get is the Dream the Dream coaching session, so we're going to take you through the Dream process in a live call. The live 7-point transformation mandala 2-hour session, so you actually get to be part of that. The VIP entrance and be able to speak at any of my speaking events I have on, and also unlimited one-on-one calls. So, who of you here is interested to know, who of you is interested to know about the application process? Raise your hand. Yeah? Okay, so what I'd like to do is stand up, please, 3 of you, stand up. So, what I'd like to do now is, have we got, guys, do you mind if I take these stools from you here? So what I'd like you all to do is, come to the front, come on guys, come to the front. And what you guys are going to do is, you're each going to sit on these stools here, facing me. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to interview you. So, take a seat. Fantastic. Okay. So, have we got to speak on that one?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Alright. So, fantastic. You got a microphone there? Alright, brilliant. So who else was it that wanted to be interviewed. Yeah? It doesn't mean I'm going to accept you, this is just the interview. This is your moment. This is it. Okay? Got one more chair. Great, give a round of applause. Okay. So, I'm now going to ask you some questions. Yeah? And I need to know that you are absolutely, we're going to do this, that once we do this, that there is no turning back. Okay, you ready? I'll start with you. Okay, so why should I let you respond to the program?
Why should you let me register on this program?
Yes.
I have a dream of the audience.
Alright then, yeah. Okay. Can you just
carry around and face the audience.
Okay, great. Alright, fantastic. Got a panel like that. Give them all a round of applause. I want you. Okay, well, very good. How is it? Okay. Alright. Hot Chomp's just going to stand down my pants. Good. Okay, super. So, you know, doing this and sitting at the front of the room to be interviewed, to take your life to the next level, does not happen every day. You know, it takes a lot of courage. A lot of courage. It's a big commitment. It's not just a financial commitment. It's just going to take work, right? So, why should I let you register onto this program?
I have a dream to reform society, but I have a fear that not only will I not be able to do it, I feel I may not be able to achieve it in my lifetime.
Okay.
And it's not my first time working with you, in a sense. And yet, for some reason, I've forgotten most of it. So it's clear to me there's something in my mind that I need to work on in order to achieve that. Unless I get through that, I cannot absolutely get that goal.
Okay, got it. I'm not entirely convinced. I'll come back to you. Okay, so why should I let you register into this program?
Currently I'm on my journey for transformation. Personally speaking, if I can live from the March onwards. But now still I feel a bit lost and still not really sure of what am I doing. Although I got an outline. I need coaching from there to help me to break through for my transformation, to make it work very well for my transformation. This coming 27 March, I'm going overseas for speaking.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, right on. So, why should I let you register into this program?
Okay. A lot of things are sitting still in the bed or go for it for confident in a challenge because I'm losing my job. So I have limited time and money as well. Now, if I register in this program, I really need to have clarity whether what I'm really thinking. Because I have lots of probably they call it talent, but it seems like I'm jack of all trades. And I want to clear that is really the thing that I should be focusing on, so that I could put all my skills, talents, experience that I've gone through, and then go forward with a particular thing that is actually in my mind for some years now.
Okay. Alright, got it.
and then it's nothing to do with what my current job is. So that's why for those like me who has been an employee for many years, jumping that is I need to have that real courage because it's a lot of risk.
Okay. All right, got it. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not convinced, but we'll see. So why should I let you register into this program?
I need to be a better person, more successful in my life.
Yeah. That's successful in what exactly?
In my field, like that's what I'm saying, I'm tech.
Okay.
I also do urban planning. So, well, I think now I have a great achievement. But what can do me better? That I can be a famous person, influence other people, that people will look for me instead of we have to keep thinking about just about good service, but to have a good quality to deliver to the people, and that can make long lasting for the businesses. So how to achieve that stuff.
Okay, got it. So right now, I'm not hearing an absolute determination to succeed from all four of you, right? Did any of you want to be interviewed for this opportunity? Do you want to go for it? Do you want to be interviewed for this opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah? Go for it, come on. Here we go, I've got one more chance. Sorry, stay there. Okay, so why should I let you register into this program?
Why?
Yeah.
I have been into many courses, and I feel that I receive a lot, and I believe it.
Okay, got it. But like, what is it that you're like committed to achieving in the world?
The commitment. I came from China, so I studied from zero English, and until now, I feel I always live in my message. If I can do better, I can use this positivity to empower more people. So I want to speak out my voice. I believe I have a message to share. But in the very beginning, I need to grow myself, to be up to standard.
Okay, got it. Does anyone else want to be interviewed for this? Now, any of you that are sitting down thinking, oh, it's too much money, it's a money issue. Raise your hand if it's like a money issue. Okay. What if I'll come down to 1997. And you don't need to pay all that up front. If you want to register today, I will let you register today. Top star with black. I'm doing everything I can here. You keep pushing me and breaking me, right? If you want to register today, if I don't put that you need to pay a substantial amount of this right now, you won't take it seriously. It needs to be a stretch. You need to be a little bit like when you pay for it, right? Otherwise, you're not going to take it seriously. So look, today, if you want to register, you only need to pay $7.50 to register today. Yeah? So I've come down even more. Sorry, just leave that there. There you go. Yeah, put that there. So now that I've come down to that, do any of you still sitting want to now have the opportunity to be interviewed for this? Doesn't mean you're going to get accepted. This is it. Chance of a lifetime. I honestly don't know if I can do this again. I get so busy. You've got these 5 people up here have got the courage to go for it. And my heart, my beating, like, my God, they're really going to do this. Who of you wants to step into a whole new future? One more interview. Shall we go for it? God, give her a round of applause. Amazing. So, why should I let you register into this program?
It's okay. Always say this.
We haven't got any more high chairs, have we? I didn't plan this. We've got a real gentleman here. Give him a round of applause. He's a gentleman. So why should I let you register into this program?
Because I've been thinking about it for quite a while.
Okay.
And I feel like I really need this. I need this commitment. Like not just my own commitment, but commitment from someone who is serious about my life.
Okay.
And what I see, what you have explained is that it's not just talking. You are bringing me into your life by allowing me to attend your speaking events. And it's also not just between 2 of us, it's a community.
Yeah.
So that's what I really like.
Fantastic. Okay. But what are you committed to in the world? Like, why go on such a program? What's going to happen for you in your life in the world?
Well, I can see when I have those breakthroughs, I can see those messages deep embedded within me, and it's at a subconscious level that I can't even get rid of. Like, I know it at my head level, but I can't be in a different way. So I'm looking for, and when I am a different way, I can see how the kind of, I just want to bring the positive, impact in lives around me, and I want to do it.
Okay, got it. All right, let me hear from you. Come on, why should I let you register? Come on, let me have it. Like, why? What's going to become possible in the world through you participating in this 90-day reflection transformation program?
What would happen in the world?
Like, what are you standing for to happen in the world?
For me, I'm somewhat of a social advocate. Right? There are social systems that I think don't really belong in society now. We've passed the age, we've passed the technology, it's time to change.
Okay, got it. Now I'm feeling you. Tell me more.
And the thing for me is, I've really been at a point where there's not much other reason for me to continue living, really. Because after you've been through depression, after you've seen your death multiple times, life changes in meaning. It's no longer about money, it's no longer about, however, it's not just about me anymore.
What is it about then?
It's about enabling the people outside of myself to really go ahead and live their lives without the fear of being judged, about being true to themselves, so to speak.
Okay, got it. Are you guys feeling that? Yeah, that's how I'm feeling it. Congratulations, you're in. Give a round of applause. Fantastic. Okay. So, why should you register into this program? Why should I let you register, right? Tell me why. What's your real why?
Okay, let me share my story. It's since I'm young. When it was checked, I'm not enough. I'm not handsome enough. I have all this in myself. And recently, I had a slight breakthrough is when I went through a course by Bangkok. And while I did a breakthrough, as I continued down, I lost the motivation again. It's like going down, and then when I met Hok Chong again, I got the hopes went up. And it's like a seesaw action plan that's going nowhere. And with the coming opportunity with me, I gotta make this work. And my wife and my sister is here, and you can witness my change over these few months. And now currently I need to bring it next level to show the world that you are enough. There are two more things, greater things that you're capable of.
Should I let him register?
Yes.
What do you think? Should I? If I let him register, will you check in and say, are you doing everything Dan is saying? Will you do that for me? Yeah? Hold him to account. Make sure he shows up, that he's loving in every moment, that he shows up powerfully in the brilliance that we can all see in him. Will you help me do that? Congratulations, Joanne. Yeah?
Become too theory. Before I get,
Okay.
well, I can still speak. Because you may hear them. Okay. Okay. The reason what I shared with the group earlier is that nothing to do with what I am doing with my work. Because it's something else. So what I've shared with them is that yeah, I am committing myself to actually create investment and businesses to help the impoverished and marginalized people, especially in the rural areas, starting in the Philippines. And it just starting there, but start there because that's where I came from. So it's close to my heart. And I've been going to mission trips several years ago, and that is still, it's still close to my heart. I've already started.
I'm going to stop you there.
And then I want to really go for it.
And actually do it.
And do it. And it's just, I'm scared.
Got it. How can I say no to you with that? Give a round of applause.
Yeah, because I went to speak before I tried.
Okay. Congratulations. Absolutely. I'm so moved by your story, what you're up to. Let's do this. Let's revisit this. Okay. So why should I let you register to this program? Personal breakthrough. What's going to happen? Like, why have a personal breakthrough?
To achieve the next level that I can deliver a unique kind of design that can influence people, that people will like it and look for.
Okay.
To be a branded person.
Okay. I'll come back to you in a minute. I'm not convinced. So why should I let you register into this program?
If you help me, I'm going to help all the people that comes across in my life, everyone.
Why?
Because I'm just going to share with them about you. and of course I'm going to share about all the transformation that I've gone through, and I'm going to be another you to help just as many people or even more like you.
Okay, I feel a little bit, but I'm not convinced. Okay, so why should I let you register into this program?
Because I'm thirsty.
Thirsty for what?
To remove the limitation, the fear I have. being feel not confident. But I know the limitation is set by myself. So I know we have the power and to change and to transform my life.
Okay. But why do that work? Why do this program? Why transform you in your life? To do what?
I like the idea, 90 days action plan. Because earlier.
Yeah, but why? Why have the plan? Why have the course? Like, why?
The why, the reason. When I came to Singapore 10 years ago, we have 16 people come from China to Singapore for my first job cashier. So I think after 10 years, everyone left because they have a negative mindset, because I have a positive mindset. So today, actually, because I have this positive mindset, I changed my life. I know education is power. So I changed my life. But I want to share this message. Everyone they can do. They left and because I have this mindset, I want to use this mindset to share. They can do better than me. I can do it, but they can do it as well.
Amazing. You figuring that now? It's this feeling of like, I want to do it, and I want to do it so that I can show others that they can do it too. Do you get that? Yeah? Yeah, I can feel you. Congratulations. Okay, so, why should I let you register into this program?
Well, from young, I already know that I like to draw from young, and I have this fascinating to be a So I came all the way to Singapore to study and then further study. And after the graduation, I started this line and I've been working very hard, do good job for my clients. And to this extent is that when you design, you come to the point that I've spent so much time on it and how to become a famous architect.
But why become a famous architect?
It's like there must be something that in your design that you design for your clients is that they say that wow is good, but then how to be able to that product that delivered into this market that people recognize it.
But why? Why should they recognize the product? What do they get from recognizing the product?
They like the thing that you have.
They like it, but okay, so they like it, but what do they get for their lives from being amongst you design interiors?
To achieve what they need.
Okay.
The needs that
Can you help me out with this one? Come to the front. Give me a round of applause. So, why are you an interior like an architect?
I'm an architect and I'm a holistic architect because I specialize in creating an environment and spaces for people that combines not only the basics or the taste or the design in architecture, but also combining the 5 elements of nature. So each individual can connect themselves in nature of what is really, in our space, in our environment.
And what do people get from that?
They create a healthy and mindful living space.
Great. Give a round of applause. Do you understand? At the moment, the way you're speaking is it's about you getting something, trying to survive, like trying to get it right. Stop trying to get it right. Just speak from your heart. Like, why become a famous, designer and architect? Like, why?
I need to think about it.
Okay, great. Go for it.
Why should I be enrolled?
Yeah, so why should I let you register into this program?
Because
yeah, like I've said, I really have not gone through this kind of training in depth enough. And I mean, I come from the perspective that if I get help, I mean, I think of myself as really, I mean, from the background that is quite impoverished in Singapore standard. But through hard work, I feel like I'm actually okay with myself being where I am. But yet at the same time, I feel like I could have done a lot more. And I just don't want to see myself just cruising like this. And
So what do you really want to do if it's not cruising?
I'm in the process of creating a business.
Creating a business, right?
Yes. And I want to see this business reaching out to every part of the world, especially the parts of the world where people are feeling impoverished as well, psychologically.
Okay, got it.
So we have a lot of affluent people in society, but very impoverished in the mental world, in the psychological world. And coming from, I mean, me being a Singaporean, growing up in the system this way, I can identify the impact it has on us, like everything that you have said. And I look forward to see people having breakthroughs, being liberated.
Brilliant. Guys, you now feeling that? You see the difference? Congratulations, you're in. Right, over to you. Why should I let you register into this program?
I really hope that I can transform myself.
But why transform yourself?
Really to be a better designer, that I can do a better work for my time.
Why do better work? Why be a better designer? It's so that people get what? Experience what?
Experience that the space that they live in a better feels, they enjoy, they're happy.
Okay, now you're beginning to get it. You want to become an designer and architect so that people can start to feel joy.
That the place that they own it and it's all they own the place, that they feel happy, they can work, they can live in that environment.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So I'm like 50-50 with you, but I see a fire in your eye.
Yes.
And I see that through doing this work, we're going to break through what's causing you to maybe be a little bit serious and begin to start to flow and have real fun with it. Yeah? Would that make a difference to you and your practice and your business and what you do?
Yes, of course. I really will do this.
Got it. Congratulations, you're in. Give them all a round of applause. Guys, those of you that are registered, come to the front. Yeah, please, do take a picture. So, this is the before picture, okay? So I want you guys to remember what these guys look like before this program. Never mind, ignore that. Okay, so, Hot John, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something. Alright, guys, just be seated, relax and so on. Now, I want to share with you. You see, I've seen transformation of my MSN members through them. I've seen transformation in Priya, Rihanna, Suzanne, Peter. They are all students of them. Now you must understand that when I built What I've done is that I built a swimming pool. I built a swimming pool where you come to practice to swim every week, every month. And I can guarantee that if you come practicing with me every week, every month, I can make you a good swimmer. But if you want to become an Olympic swimmer, my swimming pool is not enough. Because to become an Olympic swimmer, it takes up here. It's whether you want to become an Olympic swimmer. I cannot force you to become an Olympic swimmer. My pool, yes, I can guarantee you. Okay, I can coach you to have the best speaking skill, swimming skill, the best stroke, the right techniques, and so on. You'll all be a good swimmer. That I'm very sure. But whether you want to become Olympic swimmer, Olympic winner, the gold medalist, that one, I have no guarantee. Until when they came into MSN, what I saw he has done, transformed my members. I call you my member because I love every one of you. Because I want to see you truly become Olympic gold medalist. It's the reason why I totally embrace this program. Because I've seen transformation. So I'm truly very glad that all my MSN members enrolled on this program. Because I'm very sure with his help, with my swimming pool, all will become Olympic swimmer, Olympic winners. So that's what I want to say here. You see, MSN is a hardware. It's an organization. It's a network that gives you the chance to practice. But ultimately, how far you want to go, how far, how distant, is all up to you. That one, you have to break through yourself. If you can. But if you cannot, then you need someone like him, an expert, who has already done and have helped so many people break through. So I sincerely tell you, if you want to become Olympic gold medalist, Olympic winner, MSN is your swimming pool. But you need a coach, okay, to help you break through. And that is Dan Warburton.
So what's your request?
My request is that every one of you, if you want to become an Olympic swimmer, MSN is the swimming pool. Come and practice with me every week, every month. And then, first of all, whether you want to become an Olympic swimmer, a gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist, he can help you break through. You need to have that mindset. You need to have that winning attitude. Alright, that one honestly I can help you. Because I'm not a transformation coach. I'm a public speaking coach. I have all the techniques, I'm coaching people. But I can only coach that you're good. If you want to become world class, you decide. It's not I decide when you become world class. You decide on your own. It's only when you decide world class that I can come in. That I can push you. You ask my MSN member, I push some member very hard until they cry. Why? Why they cry? Because they're not ready. They're not ready. They cry. You see, because I'm too tough. I'm not tough. It's just that they are not ready. When you're not ready, the teacher will not appear. You think that I'm very strict with you. I want to be good. But honestly, I want to teach you because I want to see all of you to become world class. When you join MSN, you want to be world class. I want to help you become world class. But first of all, it starts from you here. Not from me. Not me telling you, okay, only become world class. You will not become world class if you are not ready here. So I need you to be ready. Okay? Before, alright, I can impart all the skills to make you world class. Good? Alright, so I advise you, whoever is serious here, you want to become world class. Ready not to world class, you want to become one of the best because there are many people. Remember, you do have a voice. Your voice as a trainer, as a speaker, is to transform the world, is to save lives in this world. That's what you are here born for. That's your purpose in life. That's what we all want to become trainers and speakers. You have that mission. You got to believe in yourself. You got to break through in yourself. Right. So first, be transformed. Then you can get to transform people. Good. Right.
So, thank you, Mom John. So, I'm really reluctant to say this because if any of you say yes to this, I've then got to double my work. Because I'm not going to coach more than 6 people one call. That's my limit that I know that I can really empower everyone. And I always go over an hour. It always happens anyway. But if any of you want to be interviewed, now's your opportunity. Last chance. And I will create a team of 4 and a team of 3. So this is your last chance. Going 3. Going twice. And finally going once, close shot. This is it. Round of applause. Okay, so the way it will work now is we'll have a break. You guys, we need to do paperwork, sort that out. We can do that now. Get you registered. So I've got my computer ready to go. In the meantime, the rest of you guys have a break, and we'll be back.
In 5:30?
No, I need more than 15 minutes.
Oh, 15 minutes, right. So right now is it 5:15?
5:15. It's 10 past 5 now. Should we say 5:30?
Oh, 5:30, okay,
Yeah,
great.
okay, 20 minutes. All right, fantastic, thank you.